Imagine yourself as a poor guy with no spec, short on cash, sitting in the city.
That's literally me.
You could try to do a silver dance for a few hours, hoping someone could toss some coins, or instead just head an open world, grab some sticks and stones, sell them on the market, and here you go, you got yourself a set. But set is still far away from premium. Well, today, I'll show you what you can do with that set to make yourself one. So, what do you need? To reach the same results as I do, you need at least 1.1 thousand IP on a weapon. To reach that on tier 4 item, you'd need 474 million credit points and 117 million silver. Well, since it's pretty much impossible for a new player, let's take 4.2 or 5.1. This time, to reach 1.1 thousand IP, you'd need 7.6 million fame. It may still look like impossible, but what if I told you you can reach 2.7 million fame in an hour? My set is Mage Coal, Mage Rope, any claw sandals, one-handed nature, and torch. The food is omelette, and for the safety I got Envis potion and double-bladed staff. Now, what do we do with all that stuff? You head an open world and seek for the wisp, and from there, our journey begins. Mists did surprise me, as I managed to reach premium in pretty short period of time. It took me 9.5 hours to hit 18 million. That's 1.9 million in an hour. Notice, part of that is already in my pocket as raw silver drops. As the good bonus, I also received 25.7 million fame and 2.5 million fame in tomes. So it's rather fast to level any weapon you want. Once you hit the mists, your main goal is to find the dungeon, but it doesn't mean you shouldn't do other objectives. You don't want it to become Rhodes experience, do you? I completely ignore any public activities such as weekend wisp or treasure chests, unless I'm really close and there is no one. My tactic was to quickly scout the surrounding area while clearing small mob camps, and if there is no dungeon, I'd clear a camp. Of course, big ones aren't priority, since they offer 3 times more loot compared to small ones. Once that is done, I'll do one more trip before heading to the next mist. Don't worry, if you won't be able to find a dungeon, even chests in the camps can give pretty nice loot, and surrounding mobs can feed you well with silver drops. Once in a while, you'll encounter an entrance to Nightfall Abbey. It looks like this on a minimap. Your goal in the dungeon is to open as many shrines as possible while the dungeon lasts. The buffs offer different effects based on which one you have. The more shrines you use, the more stacks you have, which affect damage and defense against players, and also slightly increases the effect of the buff itself. If you want to increase your money gain, instead of going from Brazilian, try Callian instead. Yeah, it may take an extra minute for you to find a mist, but this way you'll be able to sell all the loot you find straight to black market. Not only you'll be able to sell stuff people in Brazilian won't buy, you'll also sell it more expensive. Mobs around camps don't have penalty to feint drop. What you could do is pull mobs closer to the camp, and once the quest becomes active, kill them and fill the bar quicker. This is also can be safer as camps could be filled with aggressive players. Speaking of players, don't let them get you off guard. Keep the double-bladed stuff on you. Your mount and your staff are your keys to escape. If you believe you will get dismounted 100%, don't panic. Let the guy use their skills on you, and once they dismount you, press W and he's your foe. They'll get stunned, so you'll have just enough time to jump away with E and then proceed to run with boot skill. If you have an omelet and double-bladed, no player should be able to catch you, unless you run in a dead end. But in the dungeon, you'll have no mount. Be careful, cause if you're in combat, you cannot swap weapons anymore. This is when invisibility comes into play. Notice an aggressive player running towards you? No problem. Hit run, invisibility, and swap to double-bladed. If you don't end up in the corner, you should be fine. If you want to make as much money as possible in the dungeon, and you already got the buff active, clear the shrines and ignore the buffs, just head for the next room. Stopping and using shrines actually takes a lot of time. Also, you can use buffs in PvE. If you happen to get in a sticky situation, let it activate, because once the camp is dead, you can use the shrine and get the buff back. Overall, I really enjoyed the new reworked mists. Fame and Silver allows any player to feel rewarded for what they do. And it does feel great as a solo player content. It doesn't matter who you are, PvP or PvE player, all got their place in the mists. Hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching.